For the first time in our history, scoring 10 points a match will not be worth the championship. Welcome to the first quarterfinal of the 2024 Roulette Rivals World Championship. Today we have the rapid and fearless Nezuko Chan facing off against the RR12 and R14 champion Scruffy for the first spot in the semifinals. Joining me on the cast today is someone very familiar with these players' playstyles, and also our match admin. Hey Moo, welcome, how's it going?
Hi, thank you for hyping me up so much there. I don't know how familiar I actually am, to be honest, but I will do my best.
Yeah, I mean, this match promises to be the longest one of the tournament so far. We did cross it very shortly in our chat. Quarterfinals, first to 10, only getting longer in the tournament. At least 5 maps today, 4 chosen by the players. We'll, of course, go through them one by one, and up to 6 random maps. What are your expectations about this?
I mean, you alluded to it there that it's poised to be the longest, but I think with the quality of players we have today, it'll be pretty short compared to your average 10-pointer. Because let's say the player on the right is probably the fastest roulette player in terms of IGTs, because that is his main goal, right? And then the player on the left, let's say, is a pretty risky one as well. So providing he doesn't rip, he might even outspeed Scruffy.
Yeah, you are the match admin, and you did say that you type out the photo finish possibilities, which there might be a few of them. Of course, if both of them do catch a similarly good or bad day. Hopefully a good day, hopefully one with fewer rips, and hopefully one that lives up to this hype. The first quarterfinal, the first... Nezuko's actually first match with first to 10 points. Of course, Scruffy has played it twice, I think, or maybe even 3 times. Could it be... Last year's World Championship was first to 10, and then R13, 14 was also first to 10. So he has more experience, but...
Yeah, I'm right in thinking that, right? To have played a first to 10 match prior to today, you have to have made a final before.
Yes.
Yeah,
only the World
only
Championship finals,
yeah.
and then this year's finals are first to 10. And now we'll see, of course, through the other quarterfinals. I think Quoti will get the opportunity to play his first to 10. The winner of Gregory versus Chris, and then Music King did play, but hopefully he will face or fare better than in his R15 final.
Yeah, I mean, should we get to the interview question stuff, I guess, because we're going to run out of time, actually, if we don't move.
Yeah, they put so many great information. I'm not even sure. Like, I try to underline a few spots here. We'll see how quickly I can get through them. I did, like, I learned from the best, and you did also say that you sent 4 questions, and then a couple of them are same for both players, and a couple of them unique. I asked Nezuko first, what does he think made him do better in RRWC 24, since this is his statistically best tourney now. Not only will he get the top 8, but he has his longest winning streak of 5. I think he pulled off some very nice performances / upsets. I like HITMAN and Moo in the knockout stage. He did say that it was his mental health improving while on break, and interestingly, after coming back, he relearned everything from beginner stuff until, I guess, the more advanced stuff lately. So maybe back to basics helped him become more consistent.
Yeah, that's from that paragraph there, or that sentence. That is the one bit that surprised me. Like, obviously, a lot of us do know about his mental health. I'm not going to talk about it, right? But it is a factor in his play, and we all do know about it to some extent. But the fact that he's learned strats from, like, the ground up all again, that is insane to do.
Probably figured out that, or he did figure out that the rips are probably gaps in his knowledge, and as we all kept saying, it's not always the game. So
True.
He went back and went for it, and looks like it's doing him wonders. His overall win rate back up to 50%, way above that. It's not easy to move the needle by a lot, but he did during this group stage, where he did finish second in Music King's group, ahead of Joker J, Currymaker, and I think Mika and Roma. Mika had to drop out, but it was a very exciting group there. I guess hopping over to Scruffy's side, just gonna pick a different question, because we really could talk half an hour about this match, but we only have 3.5 minutes left. I touched on the rivalry a little, because it is one of the more interesting ones, and Scruffy did say that he finds it fun as well. These players played 4 times, and I think Nezuko won the first one back when Scruffy was a rookie, and then Scruffy won 2 narrow matches, and they had a group stage draw, so they really had everything. I think they are identical in points currently, so that will definitely change today. Scruffy said that he has a suspicion that Nezuko always plays better when he's against Scruffy. It's like, I guess, a reverse aura. Like maybe Nezuko knows that Scruffy is just so quick that he has to keep up the pace, and somehow he always manages to deliver. That was interesting to see, at least.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I don't think that's necessarily true that Nezuko performs better against Scruffy. It could be true. Obviously, I don't know for sure, but I do think Nezuko, providing the pressure doesn't overwhelm me, I think he turns up big time against a lot of people, and he might be a little inconsistent, but I do think his ceiling is very, very high.
Yeah, nerves and pressure will certainly be one of the main talking points of this match. Did want to ask Nezuko about it as well, and I probably cut these interview questions short, and we can talk about the maps after. Something I found very interesting from Nezuko is that he said that the first knockout stage match, that was the 8-4 against I Like Hitman, he was very nervous throughout. And I think he still did fairly well, because, you know, defeating I Like Hitman is never an easy feat. But then something clicked for him against you, which was, of course, the 8-2 win in the second round, which put Nezuko in the quarterfinals. And he said that, well, his nerves are calm, so he wasn't that nervous, and he really tries to focus on winning the first map, which I guess it's Nezuko's map pick, so I guess that bodes well for him. But I guess on the other hand, if Scruffy steals this map from Nezuko, then it might be interesting tale for this match.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could talk about maps. I don't really know, to be honest, what's strong for either of these players. I think they've got such a deep pool. I struggle when players have such a deep pool.
Yeah, I think Ambrose is the most interesting of the maps, so I won't talk a lot about it. Miami was kind of run of the mill for both of them. I think Scruffy is just so rapid there that it doesn't matter that the last time he played Miami was RR15 against Joker, the infamous quadruple tie match. I don't think that will linger in his mind, but his previous map was a loss here. Nezuko played and won Miami once. That was I Like Hitman in round 1, so he has a bit of a more confidence on it. It's hard to say, but everything is out of the window. In 5 seconds, we get started with. You are the match admin, you know the spin, so let's get a started move.
I'm reading first, you say, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's Sierra Knox, loud shotgun, food vendor without pacifying, and Robert Knox, injected poison, Kronstadt security. So 2 live kills, but probably too easy, and I would say very fast.
Absolutely. Food vendor kind of also means that you wouldn't be, I was gonna say they wouldn't be tempted to start shots, but Scruffy will start shots and grab the food vendor in time. You can, of course, and Nezuko is going for the sugar option. Couple second lead for Nez with an early Scruffy restart.
Yeah, I think way to start is a mistake here, personally. I'm not the perfect Miami player, and I could be wrong, but Food Vendor does scream to me here, and also the slight little restart from Scruff. Oh, never mind. As I'm explaining why I prefer Nez, Nez runs out in front of a trespassing enforcer, and not the best start from both right now.
Yeah, certainly a shaky start for Nezuko, probably playing into the fact that he is really wanting to get this first map. I think the fact for Scruffy doing shots, which I don't personally agree with, but mostly because I would just play the spin differently, probably not as fast. Scruffy will have this 1 minute 35 second lineup on Sierra, but probably not gonna shoot from afar.
There is one thing he could do, and if he does this in RRWC KO's round 3, man, he is crazy. You can shoot the mechanics, run up and point blanker through the door. absolutely crazy to think he might be doing it, but we'll see soon if he's going to, and it is faster than if he does that.
I think he might just do that. It was the previous match of Nezuko when it was actually not Nezuko, but I like Hitman who did this body shot. And there we go, Scruffy lining it up.
Yeah.
10 more seconds until that happens. He's going to go there early. Hopefully the panic doesn't wear off.
Everything I said about this potentially being bad start is all vaporized right now, because this is a crazy strat to do in this round, and he looks like he's done it perfectly.
Everyone but one mechanic is out, but he also has the question, exclamation point, sorry. Only has to dodge that guard.
The way he was dodging that guard there was wonderful, right? Because it meant the bubble was irrelevant to him, the panic bubble.
But there's the hunted anyway!
Oh!
The loud panic is just so different, yeah.
Yeah, the angle on the security, right? Not allowing him to hop the fence. I don't know what way he could have gone there, to be honest. Maybe the strat is too risky. It's hard to say.
And of course, there is always a way to make it safer. Just go the longer way around or do some other stuff, go the other direction. But at that point, it's slower.
Yeah, it's not worth doing if you run around the medic area anymore, is it? So, wow.
And all that, little bit of back, a bigger fourth, and now Nezuko with a huge lead and a very strong first kill down. Obviously, injected poison still left. That is still a challenge to do, but Nezuko is way more than halfway through this spin.
Yeah, the thing that worries me from this Scruffy's perspective here is there's not actually a lot left to do in this spin in theory, right? Because in my opinion, the fact you get Kronstad from the laptop ISO itself, it eliminates one more thing that can go wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Injected poison, life kill. I want to say there's a very low chance that something can go wrong because it always can. Yes, exactly. I did miss if there was a laptop shot there. I'm sorry.
I don't think there was. I could be wrong myself too, though. It's hard to spot everything.
Yeah,
he could have shot it inside of a 2-second window. I was looking at Scruffy, but we'll see in a second here for sure.
Interesting. Nezuko uses the first shot there and uses the my goodness, the shotgun to snipe.
Okay. Wait, why would he bring a Karma for this spin? I never clocked that. That is interesting. He has no room for a pistol.
Oh, and now it's a bit unfortunate timing with this big engineer, but...
Will he risk it?
Oh, he does risk it and stays green somehow.
Yeah, the trespassing scene does end, so it kind of cuts off the peekaboo earlier, and it was risky, but it's not as risky as it looked. It was risky, though.
There's the reason, I guess, for Cenk, but I wasn't sure if Nezuko thought it this far, but he has an even freer Kronstadt security, but wow.
But yeah, Scruffy does not opt for the gamer strat the second time. He probably just banks on a Nezuko big rip to give him the win back. As it stands, he's probably never going to be quick enough, right, without one.
Yeah, I think this deep in the tournament, you can very easily expect that spin's finishing time would be either around 5:30 RTA.
Look at Nezuko here, though. Nezuko thinks he's going to have to outspeed Scruffy, and he's doing optimizations with the gun drop. He's trying to lure Robert, and all it's really done is slow him down. It doesn't actually matter, but he thinks he has to do that to take the photo finish, right?
He's actually poisoning him out in the open.
This is what we see, though, in these high-level matches, right? When you respect your opponent so much, he actually thinks he needs to save 5 seconds here and 5 seconds there.
And I think he had the right idea.
Let's test out this bot, because Scruffy will not make this photo finish window. So for the first time ever,
I am now going to check this one.
I guess I just send over the new time without a message.
Yes.
And it should do it.
And it does.
There we go.
Amazing. So this will feel very awkward for YouTube context or no context or whatever. But if everyone checks in the RRWC matchups channel, we now have, thanks to Mr. Mike, automated matchups messages. And now, without typing a single letter, Mu has let these two players know that Nezuko Chan has won the finish line, Miami, in 5:28 RTA and is leading 2-0.
Yeah, and it's also going to tell us when the next map start time is, so every bit of information is posted straight away. I mean, Mr. Mike said, don't worry when there's a delay, but I will say that was instant.
Mike too hard on himself, but it was so smooth. And smooth, unlike this first map.
Yeah, that map was a crazy, crazy beginning. You know, when you see a spin like that on Miami and it actually goes to some excitement, it brings a smile to my face anyways, right? Because
yeah,
you don't want to see these matches where it's just easy spin, player performs normality, it's a stomp, and there's not really many talking points. So it's actually great we got some talking points there.
yeah, this is what is going to make RWC probably hopefully the best tournament, because the longer the match, the more storylines there are. Of course, the regular hours are or were nice. I'm not sure how to say this, but first to six for so long, it's such a procession. But now we have these two players knowing their opponents for 5, 6, 7 days, practicing for most of it, or hopefully practicing for most of it. And every single detail is now in their hands, or of course in the game's hands.
Yeah, we got a bit of insight there at the end as well, with, like we alluded to, the Nezuko's decisions at the end, and I do think that's a negative, I want to say, on Nezuko's side, that he was willing to try these little Roberto laws, and you could see he'd not done them before because, I mean, it didn't work unless he just got unlucky. We'll never know. I've personally never tried that, but I'm not a fan of when players think their opponent is so good, they have to adapt what they normally do.
Yeah, I think the game theory gets very, very interesting. Like, do you try to shave off the time, but also potentially ripping, which will increase your RTA, or do you just do your own thing, which may or may not be just 15, 30, 45 seconds slower than Scruffy, but advantage Nezuko.
Yeah, and we go into a map where Nezuko does have the head-to-head as well, right? So it is Scruffy's pick, but Nezuko has proved he can beat him here. Not that it really means anything, but it means a little bit.
I don't have the story of their previous Ambrose. For all it's worth, it could be the RR10 matchup between the two of them. But I think this was the most extreme. Nezuko's second most banned map and Scruffy's second most picked map. So there's a bit of a difference in liking this map, but Spin is here. It's no assault rifle suit and AK, no KO pistol as cook. It's as straightforward as it gets.
I want to ask there, did Scruffy have AR pre-planned? Because he hit go before I could even blink.
Elf was rapid and I didn't catch that either, but I think worst case scenario for him is that he was, I think, like, I don't know, Joker in Dartmoor. He was in the agency pickup menu and picked the firearm and went within 3, 4, 5 seconds.
Yeah, we see it in the chat as well that the R word could be in play here, and it will play into both players' minds. So we'll see again if Nezuko or Scruffy do try something they've never tried before here. I don't think there's much to try on Ambrose, though, if I'm being honest.
That's fair. I don't know if Nezuko had the Ambrose Recce for a while, but Scruffy definitely did. That was his probably main objective for this group stage. He picked Ambrose like 3 or 4 times and got the record on his first attempt. So he's very experienced on this map. Although I think I would have queued there, not thrown, but that's just me having rips there.
Yeah, I mean, the throw makes sense, to be fair. And these no knockouts are slow, but look at Nezuko. This can work, but I don't think it will. He's decided to just shoot Noel with his guard still up. And that triple shot is going to cause a rip any second, surely, right?
What? Not yet.
He's still got to get out, though. But the guards have ran completely off it.
Where are they going?
I don't know.
And this is what puts Nezuko in the lead, I guess a pseudo lead if he can just make his way around. I think Scruffy is already back in the lead because he just could take the easier way there.
Well, it comes down to if Scruffy's IGT lead there is down to the plan, or is it down... Oh my god, never mind. It doesn't come down to any of that.
It seemed too good to be true.
That is what I'm saying at the end of the Miami. I think Nezuko today is going to play his own head out with Scruffy being so fast. He's going to do so many stupid strats. And it's just whether it pays off or not. And this time it has not.
Scruffy gets a peekaboo there, but I think that it's still alright. And there's the Scruffy type of optimization. It's a bit more polished, a lot more well-defined. But it is still a
Only got
cougar
a
snipe on
Kruger,
a
though.
moving target.
It should be fine, and he does land it. Let's see if he's going to snatch this record. I believe so, but it comes down to the bomb, right? I think the bomb is delivered at 2:35 at the earliest. So it's how many times do you open that inventory to check, but slow yourself down?
There
it is. 5-second rule is what he resides. He's going to have to get his detonator out again, though, because he picks up the brick. There it is. Easy mode. That is well into the recce, right?
15 seconds. I think it's a 3:16 going down to a 3:01. Scruffy has beaten Scruffy's record in Ambrose, which was previously held by Scruffy at that point, and then probably by Scruffy even earlier. A very strong 2-2. Nezuko didn't really have a chance. That was too big of a panic to overcome on his side.
Yeah, so after 2 maps, right, we see a risky strat from Scruffy, loses the map. Risky strat from Nezuko, loses the map. So let's see if that pattern continues.
It bodes very well for us, at least. I'm really interested how much of it is a risky strat, how much of it is trying to salvage a situation on Nezuko's side. I think Nez did press either restart or shut off the PC, because he went to the bottom left of Windows 10, and after that his stream went offline. So what the heck is happening?
Yes, for a 3-minute delay, he's going to restart his PC because his FPS is very bad. So let's test out this bot then, right? Because I'm going to send spin at a new time.
It's like...
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Yeah, OP and player of the tournament, this hitmap spot. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say, I don't know if I should say this. I think it's worth it. This spin excites me. That's what I want to say.
I think there's a non-zero chance that Scruffy is in the chat. Scruffy does like to pop in between maps.
I mean, even if you are, why
it can mean anything,
me, right?
Yeah.
I could be happy because this is a massive recce spin. I could be happy because this is super long. I could be happy because it fits a specific niche. It could be anything.
That is fair. And it's probably gonna make Scruffy overthink, but of course he's already in the map just practicing disguise grabs.
As if you're not overthinking already, let's be honest.
If there's one thing that all our players are good at, it's overthinking.
Indeed. And we can't read.
This one is going to be a huge map between the two. There's 6-0 for Nezuko, his only unbeaten map, and the 11-1 from Scruffy was his last unbeaten map. That was the streak had ended after 9-0, and that was that fateful day against Ducker in RR15, where he was knocked out of the tournament and ended his Sapi, I guess, unbeaten record. He's still unbeaten in New York, but there's a tie in there, so...
Yeah, I mean, something that was said in the questions, right? He says that the picked maps favor him slightly, and I kind of agree, because obviously I don't know everything about the whole community, but in terms of Sapienza, Scruffy doesn't know a lot about, let's say, strats and isolations, but his execution on Sapienza, and most notably that table drop, it is a massive advantage to play fast on Sapienza. And Fanium is another player that used to like Sapienza simply because he would say he just does what everybody else does, but faster.
I think the community is just not at the point, I don't want to say level, because... And there are always exceptions, from the PI lures to flowers and whatnot, and they are optimal, the virus lures too, but in a high-stakes tournament, when a spin comes, both players will do the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I mean, I've tried alternate stuff on Sapien myself, and I will say it is hard. It's not impossible, but it's hard to use them and beat, let's say, Scruffy doing the standard really fast.
Because I'm guessing that it's sometimes... It usually means different starting location, obviously, but sometimes the loadout can also differ, and your whole thinking process, like you try to readjust it during the loading screen. Like, I'm going to do a whole different thing that I do 95% of the time. It's so difficult.
I mean, we don't know for sure, right? But I could hear Nezuko as he came back online and jump scared me. I've actually forgot what I was going to say. I'm not going to lie.
oversimplifying virus lore sucks, but I just relaying the information from the chat. That is not my opinion.
Yeah, that's it, right? I think when you do the standard in Sapienza, I think Tranks are super dominant in Sapienza. But when you start to do the other ones, the Tranks start to fall out of what you want to bring. And like you say, I think the pre-plan on Sapienza probably is double Trank. So like Trank Pistol Trank or Trank Sniper Trank. So you've probably got to change a hell of a lot if you want to do something different.
That's probably the one thing that you really want to get down or quickly. Which of the 3 items, I guess, Sniper, Jank, FA you want to bring. And of course, there are the FA gangs and the Sniper gangs, as we've seen Nezuko going to restart his PC rather. So there will be another couple minutes.
Yeah, we'll add another 3 onto this. So what are we at?
Honestly,
1922, yeah.
Not fully sure why resetting the PC is the answer to facing a login screen on Epic, but that's for Nezuko and his PC to figure out.
Tech issues are all on your own, right? Can't really help. Obviously, is also nervous as well. So I know at least myself when I'm just handling the most basic of things with nerves, I was just click 6 times instead of 1 and cause more problems.
No, that's fair. I don't want to put this on Nezuko. I hope he solves it and we get to have a match without any interruptions. You can see Scruffy is also prone to missing some lock-ons or stuff, so nerves there.
I don't know. I guess it's more of a guess, but do you think we've ever seen a Mansion Star ISO yet in RR?
Ooh, that's really difficult to say.
It's so niche, but as Scruffy always does, I felt like he'd stopped recently, but he's doing it here again. He just practices the single best spin you could possibly get before a match.
Well, I don't want to say that's the reason that net him like 7 concurrent map records, but he is ready for the quick spins as always.
Yeah, you do see though, he's unbelievably tight at these executions. The way he just runs up that faucet boost is so hard.
Yeah.
I cannot do it to save my life.
I don't think I've ever done it.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's practicing 19 roulette maps and he can just go back to Sapienza and just run up it, like, no problem.
You reckon I should find another interview question just to feel like a bit more time chat wanted?
For sure.
I think I can go back to... So it was Nezuko's first unique question. I go back to Scruffy's first unique question. I've asked him... He has already improved on his 7th place from R15 and of course returned to top form. And I was asking what was his takeaway from R15 and if there was anything that he did different that time or this tournament. Also important to mention that since that loss against Ducker, he's 9-for-9, which is his longest win streak ever. So even if it doesn't feel like it, it certainly does look like it, that Scruffy is ready to take on this tournament. But onto his answer, he said his biggest takeaway from R15 was that he just needs to make an effort to stop ripping so much. So looks like he's, you know, there's always the battle of the two wolves inside you, the one that tries to go fast and the one that tries to go consistent. And Scruffy was definitely the #1 player in going fast, but going consistent was sometimes the problem. And would you say that this figure is one out for RWC?
It's a very hard question to answer, to be honest. I don't think he was ever that bad, to be honest, with his rips. I just think he's someone that's super harsh on himself. And I do understand his idea, do not rip less, but it's so difficult in this game to be the perfect player, no matter which strats you do, because you can always get that side kill, you can always get that lock-on miss. It's so difficult.
Yeah. I passed the answer to you because I couldn't answer it myself. His group stage was very interesting. He went undefeated, unlike last year where he drew Nezuko. But he ended up with 34 points out of 42, right? So dropping 4 maps along the way. I do remember him like ripping sometimes, but I think it just he's, you know, holding himself to such a high regard that even almost perfect doesn't feel like a true top Scruffy, but I think we are reaching true top Scruffy again.
I'm going to add 2 more minutes for Nezuko because the spin's in 30 seconds and he doesn't actually have the game open.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, I hope Scruffy knows what's going on here. I'll just say all these delays of Nezuko issues.
Yeah, that's one way to make sure this won't be the shortest of the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I want to actually point out on Scruffy's mental right now, he just got record on Ambrose and didn't even brag / ask was that record like he always normally does, right?
That's true.
He is so locked in right now because he just got record on Ambrose and didn't even bat an eyelid and just moved on to Sapienza.
Yeah, this is, I think, really important to him. Obviously for both of them, but so there are two outcomes from here. The loser will finish, of course, top 8 or equal 5th, as it will stand in our stats. But the winner will play 2 matches, guaranteed, because one of them is the semifinals, and the winners play in the final, the losers play in the third place playoff. And the top 4 does sound a lot more different than the top 8. I think Scruffy wants to make the jump and be in contention once more.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that Ducker game was a complete anomaly, and I do think he has been the probably top 3 roulette player this entire time for a while, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Even double elimination can mean that you can get unlucky twice, and the Ducker game was an anomaly, and the Joker game was, I think, a once in a decade freak fest with 4 ties and the 2-day game and the photo finish being off so that they can return to for a second day and the final spin, which they tie first. So hard to even summarize what's going on.
Yeah, and to update everybody, Nezuko said this might be 5 to 10 minutes. So God knows what he's doing because I don't see any movements on his PC right now.
Yeah.
We will see within time, but I guess we can move on to even more interview questions if we've still got some left.
I should actually mark them, which one I went through. We did talk about the maps a little, but I can check out the detailed answers. Also, I did touch on if, well, first, if there was anything that was surprising to them during the draft, but second, if they feel any hindered or held back by the fact that they do have to pick a lot more maps this time. This is their 3rd match of the knockout stage, and they always had to pick 2 maps, and now they had to ban 2 maps. Scruffy said that he's happy with the maps. He doesn't feel like the increased map picks have had any impact on the map picks yet, and there are still 5-6 maps that he'd like to pick, but haven't had the chance to do so.
It's a crazy thought, right? That is a crazy thought.
That is scary, but this is, I mean, for a long time, Scruffy has been a 19 map god, but this is gonna make him scary.
He's picked 6 maps already, right? And he's got 6 more in the back trunk, like crazy.
and the other few he can just ban. In the semifinals, he also gets to ban 2 maps. It's gonna be really hard. Whoever wins the other quarterfinal, it's gonna be really hard to pick against Scruffy. Oh, of course, if he is the match at least.
It's actually just crossed my mind that you don't even need map losses on either side anymore to actually hit RNG, right? With the increase in score, we've not changed in map picks, right? So we'll always see that 5 and 6 probably. Well, not the 6th, I guess, but at least the 5th.
Yeah, it's a little quirk, but this is the only round where we will have at least one RNG map. When we go to the semifinals, it will be 3 picks each, and first to 12 means that someone could sweep the 6 maps and not see any RNG, but here we will have at least one.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting what Scruffy's really going to do for all this time, right? Nezuko's obviously either fixing tech issues or fixing himself, I guess, one or the other. And Scruffy's just running around doing a bunch of things. Oh, dear me.
Yeah, it's difficult for Nez because it was clearly PC issues, but we're not seeing any movement on PC, but we see the timer moving, so it's not like the screen froze or anything like that. Nezuko could be fixing something on a different monitor, but I don't think he's known for having multiple, so it's really tough to say.
Yeah. I mean, would you say that this Sapienza right here is one of the highest stakes for, like, the stat side of things? Like, You mentioned it earlier about the records, right? I'm thinking again, 6-0 versus 11-1. Like, has there ever been two insane records like that against each other? Obviously, we'll never know for sure, but
yeah, we need a curry maker to get on this. I honestly don't think so. This is a really ballsy pick by Nezuko, who, I mean, it's difficult because I think a quarterfinalist will check our stats a lot, and Nezuko has some answers from here. He's logged in, loading up now after changing his password. I see. I think I probably set too much, but his game is coming back on.
I don't want to assume what's happened, but I once sat in my car, and my car has a password when I was going to some event that I was nervous for, and I forgot.
Oh no!
I couldn't use my car because I forgot the code to it.
Only thing worse is the near future, when everyone will drive the self-driving cars, and they will ask for the password every 15 minutes, and if you don't know the answer, then you will just stop midway. But for Nezuko, he has ignited the engine. He's ready to jump into the car, and the season of the drop is upon us, or rather has already ended, but nice roadmap. We are going to Sapienza. A very different mindsets here. Nezuko booting up the game for the first time in 30 minutes, and Scruffy is practicing, I think, all 28 disguises in the meantime. This is crazy.
That's a question I don't think I can answer, Bez. Look at Scruffy's post.
Oh,
I felt the need to ping him that this countdown is the real one because there's been a lot of fakes, and he rejoices.
we are amazing. Like, just look at the matchups channel. It looks so lovely. World of Tomorrow is
stream's
next.
Gone down. Are you kidding me, man?
No, not the microwave again.
Maybe this is not the last countdown after all, ladies and gents.
So, World of Tomorrow is next at 16 past the hour, then 19 past the hour, 22 past the hour, 24 past the hour, 28 past the hour. We are currently scheduled for 30 past the hour, and a reload stuff is cheap in case, but it seems like that he might be down. No, he's definitely down.
Oh, dear me.
It
is not the microwave this time. Oh, dear. Maybe I will have to add. He says he's back. Did you get that out of here? that I will definitely see that one after this match, though. 1000%.
We definitely should have watched it, but we seem to be ready.
We could have.
Yeah.
Oh dear. At least we got some more interview questions in, right?
Yeah. Shout out to the 81 viewers watching this pre-Sapienza masterclass from Scruffy and Nezuko.
Yeah, but if anyone forgot the score, it is currently 2-2. Nezuko won Miami, Scruffy won Ambrose, and let's begin this first to 8.
Exactly. 10 becomes 8, and Sapienza spin becomes available. Boo.
Here we go. Silvio Caruso, folding knife as a Bohemian without pacification. Franny Desani, electrocution church staff. So it is pretty interesting. And the reason it excited me way back, if you remember when I said it, is because PI law electrocution is quite nice, and mansion staff star is good for electrocution.
And it looks like he does go for that. Well, it seemed like this thread that Scruffy will practice is his mansion start, but he did practice a lot more things since then, so nice to see him going for it regardless. With the SMG flick, because why make things interesting? Why make things easy, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, while it is good for electrocution, the fact Bohemian's in the spin and he's not started there, right, means he's, unless he's going to do a crazy panic, he's got to run all the way up there and all the way back down again.
Yeah, that's 2 disguises you have to gather, and at least the church stuff you need to get to, and it's not an exit disguise unless you go for church area, morgue area, and exit there after the Frenic kill, but tough to say. Nezuko's route does seem a bit more straightforward if it also requires the same church staff grab.
It's worth noting as well, though, doing a strat a million times in practice is nice and all, but Scruffy does get the mansion staff start cleanly first try in a match. So that is probably a little confidence booster, I would say.
Yeah, but
as it dissipates as he runs
yeah.
this table, and he's got to give up on it.
Oh no.
We all saw him in that buffer window just practicing it, and he was getting it, so he's gonna commit to it. But your movements in your hand change just slightly, and he does finally get it.
Okay. Yeah, shakes the camera after. I think, of course, the difference in heart rate, difference in mouse and hand shaking frequency, it's always different, but Scruffy gets it down or not without some delays. Tough to say who's ahead, but Nezuko is leaving the Bohemian at Rocco's place, and I think that was the kitchen assistant that he wrote down here, so nice shuffle there. A lot of work to do still.
He's fetched, let's say, both disguises and brought them into the playable area.
Yeah.
So, do you value that over Scruffy setting up Francesca and having a folding knife? I mean, he's going to get his folding knife here soon if he doesn't rip, but this is not looking great.
Oh, wow. Nezuko did triple shot.
Oh, and he tried to snatch it, but his circle didn't fill up.
And now it spears out. Oh, that's barely too long.
Yeah, he did a triple shot for the bodyguards before he fetched the church staff, so he left them triple shotted for a long time, and the panic was over by the time he reached it.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice optimization, but worst case scenario is that you do the same shot when you are down there, so there was not a lot to gain there, I feel. Feels like a bit unnecessary from Nezuko, who will now be 2 minutes behind. The Scruffy faces a closed door, which I think no one ever faced before.
Yeah, I did not know that was locked from the inside. That is crazy. Oh dear. But yeah, he's got his big trip now for the Bohemian, right? And that's all he's got left to do in terms of objectives, because I mean, you can kill Silvio when he's got it, and then the virus shortly follows after.
Yeah, interesting.
He's gonna do a panic. He's gonna do a panic. Yeah.
Gonna have to do this SMG here. I'm not sure who looks here. There's Whoosh.
Oh no, he's not doing a panic. He's just trying to get in.
Yeah, probably not a good idea with that Whoosh. Oh, the very end was Whooshed, and he's chest passing, so the kitchen assistant will be seeing, but now with the panic, he gets in. But that was scary.
There will be a bodyguard here, though, on his way back down, right?
Yeah.
He shouldn't enforce, though, so it should be fine. I think the Bohemian's allowed in the stairs. I'm not sure, actually. I've never thought about it.
I'm fairly sure that he's allowed.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm just guessing which way he will go down, but I think the same stairs, of course.
It's a shame, though, that we get the folding knife rip from Nezuko early on, because it would have been nice to actually compare these strats here. As it stands, I don't think Scruffy's strat loses that much time that Nezuko's ever going to catch up.
Looks like... Oh, I think I just saw a white dot there, but nothing big for Scruffy. Interesting. You did ask me before the trip, and I feel like Nezuko's Bohemian start is just so much better, because the Francesca Electro setup is not long, nowhere. Doesn't matter how you do it. So I felt like it was a Nezuko lead, but now it is Scruffy's, of course.
Trying to read the chat if Nezuko ever shot for the PI. I'm assuming he didn't. I didn't see it. Just checking I missed it and calling out if I did for someone to point it out, but I'm assuming he didn't. No, of course he's not. He's in the room now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's not going for church stuff at all, and this one is the part I'm least sure about. I guess you turn on the sync and lure the second personal guard so that no one else will come. This is difficult. Is that even the second personal guard of Franny?
I don't know. Wait, the door's still open. Is he going to see Franny? No, I guess
but that missed.
The dart missed as well. That can get seen if he's outside, right?
And the throw was heard. I think there's something. What?
He doesn't know it. So if that throw was heard, he's going to go red. He's already red. Oh my goodness.
It was either the throw or he didn't close the sync. Probably the latter. I mean,
we're seeing now, though, it didn't actually matter. The standard Silvio goal comes in on Scruffy, and it's looking like so is the good awareness.
Yeah.
Very good awareness to spot that lad guy there.
Good to have the instinct on, because it can review even this late, especially this late. But now he's just one EMP throw away from the first lead of this match.
Yeah, that lab tech to the left there was the power of an early Pidgeotto GG. But Scruffy is too strong.
Need to turn this Sapienza alarm down, but we have indication of the Scruffy finish. 644 RTA is hard to battle against, no matter how you cut it, because it was definitely a medium Sapi spin, which are not sub 4, sub 5. So well done by Scruffy.
Yeah, I think unless it's an absolute nightmare spin, I think the medium ones like that 6 is good. So maybe Manchester Staff Start wasn't actually that bad after all. I don't know enough to say, but alas, it didn't matter because Nezuko had 2 rips in his run.
Yeah, and the first one settled it. And we now go to Dartmoor, Scruffy's pick. And I think it does follow, yeah.
Nezuko's lost his perfect record on Sapienza. I didn't even clock that.
Yep, and now
he's
Nezuko,
now 6-1, right?
Oh, another player with no perfect maps. Of course, of course, the more you play, the easier you will drop these maps, and no map unbeaten streak lasts forever. But that's definitely not something Nezuko was hoping for. No frustrated chat messages after Sapienza, at least. But Scruffy is not happy about his chat.
Yeah, I mean, he had, what, 18 minutes to think about his Sapienza, so he's probably going to criticize it a little bit more than average.
Yeah, I mean, if only he had 60 minutes to look at the spin and then come up with the strat. It's not how it
maybe
goes.
One day.
That's interesting for Scruffy, because obviously he's known for practicing the fastest spins, and the fastest spin for Dartmoor would be the nitroglycerin launch for PIFO, but it did not kill Alexa, so I wonder if
he failed it. Everybody point and laugh.
No, not kidding. It's obviously inconsequential, because I think it's 1 in 200 that he would get this exact spin, but does it play into his confidence?
Getting it. I know. It's obviously a tactical pick for winning reasons, but alas, it is upsetting to see Dartmoor chosen here. But I do imagine, even if it's not chosen, RNG will give it to us, so let's just get it over with.
Yeah, Little Bird told me that Dartmoor would have been map number 9, so we would rather have it as map number 4, right?
Yeah, I mean, at least it doesn't decide the game. At least it's time for Nezuko to come back, or Scruffy to come back even.
It doesn't decide the game, it only puts us on a path of no return, and whatever happens here will decide the rest of the match and the tournament, as it usually goes. But some quick Dartmoor, hopefully, to get us over with. And yeah, Nezuko tried his best. He banned New York and banned Dubai, but Scruffy chose the available shortest map, which is Dartmoor.
Yeah, I didn't even clock that. He was just knocking out them fast maps with them bans, so he's probably not feeling too confident here. We'll see, even though, anyway, let's go.
Spin is Alexa Scissors Gardener, which is going to be one of the longer ones, which is closest scissor being in the lawyer's room, or if you want, I don't think you want in 2024, but there's the option of just infiltrating from the main office, and then you get scissors even closer to Alexa. But I think it's probably still FF, which Scruffy did go for like 9 seconds quicker than Nez.
I mean, I probably should have done my due diligence and checked where this is as well, because I had no idea the whole time I was looking at it, to be honest. I do think, I want to say I remember watching the Joker J video, and it was Gardener start, and you get the scissors just across from the Alexa's office. I think that is the way the master says to do the spin.
Then that must be the way Yeah, I'll predict that the players will do the thematic and grab the second token and maybe KO Alexa, Trank the bodyguard. Oh, Scruffy didn't. Sorry.
He's doing bad bathroom, right?
I think so. That was very early. But won't go for the second token, so I'm already wrong. He goes for the scissors first and then the second token after. Obviously, 60 seconds is an eternity for a map like Dartmoor.
Yeah, I mean, this is the joy of seeing the melee items, because you actually don't know what's going to happen for once. And these are the scissors of choice. The bathroom is just below him as well, right? So this is probably the better strat.
Oh wow, it would have been even better if he actually went to the bed bathroom, but looks like the early metic wasn't early enough.
Wow. Oh no, it's because he got somebody else. Somebody else is puking, right? That has to be the reason.
Ah, yes, that would be the dimension stuff. Where's that card going? Okay, seems fine for him.
Just gun flash and a throw here. Nezuko is still a floor above and not even in Gardener, so he's got to fetch it back. Yeah. Oh yeah, Scruffy does still need Rebecca's token, actually.
And I suppose you need to take the... Is it going to be a KO? It is just going to be a KO, because he doesn't have a Trank left. What's in the...
he doesn't. And he thought about if he did have one, he's going to have to adapt here. Probably never KO'd her in this corner before. Does it work? I want to say not. I don't know.
She does get found eventually. What is happening for Nezuko?
Yeah, this is where he needs to do it. I don't know what's happening for Nezuko.
So Alexa down, 1 token remaining, or is
it... he needs Butler's token, I bet, and there's panic on top of him, right? He needs to get out of this disguise, right? If he's killed Alexa, why be in it? I don't really know what he could move into, though.
Wow. And now Scruffy still doesn't get the kill on... And there's Hunted! Scruffy has to replan, and Nezuko... I mean, he is in a good position, but he goes for it and changes it to bodyguard and still misses 1 token, which he got. Right. But it's suspicious! What the goal? He went for the wrong token, which is illegal to pick up. And of course, if the...
Because you always pick them up with a Trank body there, right? So usually it doesn't matter. Wow. When Scruffy misses a dart, he should just reset. Oh my god.
Scruffy's mental is definitely out of it. Wow. But also Nezuko... I mean, this is what... I mean, Scruffy is still okay, but he's now going to miss all these timings or get some different one on them.
I think his timings will be fine. The problem is he's wasted a dart, so he's going to be in the same situation again.
I did miss it because it was really quick, but there is an agency pickup in the bathroom. It should surely be a second Trank. Now he's run out of Tranks. He needs 1 for Rebecca.
But you don't really have time to throw a Trank in the bathroom, really, when you're planning Dartmoor, do you? So...
No, not at all.
It missed! It's gonna restart!
Oh my goodness, what's this Dartmoor?
This is the craziest Dartmoor ever. Oh, dear me.
Joker and Larzo and everyone who likes Dartmoor, there's your rejoice.
Joker, quick, get the video uploaded and post it in RRWC chat before they finish.
This might just be the longest Dartmoor of the tournament. Definitely of the knockout stage. Holy moly. So what can Nezuko learn from his first run, which is really crazy? He tranked Rebecca from above, which caused all these bodies being found. And of course that... Oh, Nezuko did not learn from this one because he's kind of grabbing a public bodyguard, which will become his gardener in a minute. Jesus.
Yeah, thankfully no one enforces in this room though, so we can just get the scissors, I guess. That's a check I would have thought about and never knew.
Right. Nezuko from above. On a moving target? Hell no.
Yeah, I'm glad he decided not to take that, to be honest. He probably has no idea why the spin's still going, as the same on Scruffy's side, but it is.
We have crossed 5 minutes in the quarterfinals of the World Championship in Dartmoor, and he cannot get the disguise again.
Oh, and Scruffy's used a dart on the lawyer, so I believe he's got none for Rebecca, although I'm struggling to keep track of Dartmoor, unbelievably. We've seen like 4 attempts from each at this point, almost.
And that's Alexa.
Oh,
quick hide.
That gets heard, but should be fine.
And now
what does he need?
1 token. That 1 token from the middle of the hall. And oh my goodness, Nezuko is going the very long way around.
Scruffy's at 1 token away as well, though. Rebecca as well, but so it's gonna be a photo finish. Unlucky me. Nezuko is finished.
5:55 plays Scruffy's 3rd try, which is going to be like 18-20 seconds behind it. It will be a Nezuko win, but what an unbelievable Dartmoor.
Oh my goodness, man. The difference is 18.99 seconds.
Oh nice, my 18 was correct at least, but Scruffy will waive this one.
Wrong. I posted that completely wrong.
You posted the Miami.
Yeah. No, no, no.
18.99 has won.
It's been, yeah,
My
I'll
favorite
get
number. Let's see if
Top 10
Scruffy.
slowest Dartmoors of all time, Scruffy says.
And there's the wave.
Yeah, okay.
That was probably the slowest Dartmoor of the last couple of weeks for sure.
That was crazy. I am.
Who imagined this Dartmoor to be so insane?
Dear me.
And there's the 4-4, and there's our first RNG map of the night. First of 3 guaranteed, up to 6. We're going to Hokkaido in 4 minutes.
Do you remember what was said in the interview questions? Let me find it.
I did not remember, but I see it, that Nezuko hopes for Berlin and Hokkaido. So good start for Nez.
Very good start for Nez. We could even see Berlin after this. But that still wouldn't be enough. Even if he was to win them 2 matches, we still wouldn't be over. It's crazy.
And the worst case scenario of Scruffy would be Hokkaido lost and Berlin lost, but that's only 8-4. That's the same lineup as the previous round against Channel joined, when he did come back from 3 match points faced. He did win 3 maps in a row, and I think one of them was Hokkaido even, so I think Scruffy will not fold under the pressure on any of these short maps or the longer ones, but looking good for Nezuko for his first RNG map at least.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how good Scruffy is at Hokkaido. I think he's pretty decent. I was practicing Hokkaido myself last day or 2. I didn't do a lot of it, but I did ask Scruffy a few questions because he's my go-to. And his knowledge seems decent at it, though. So maybe it's not good enough for someone that specifically wanted 1 of 2 maps to show up, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to say, like, why would Hokkaido be the good map against Scruffy? I think Nezuko means that he's just comfortable on that map.
Yeah, I think it's just based on his pure ability, right?
Yeah.
Because Berlin's also a map Scruffy likes, so it's not like it's one Scruffy's bad at all.
This one I couldn't predict though, like if that spin that you are hiding and reveal in 2 minutes and 5 seconds is like on the tougher side, like I don't know, like it doesn't fit into Gondola or Snail or Yukiomatic.
To me, there's 2 versions. Sorry, there's 2 versions of hard Hokkaidos, and one is obviously the hard ones, like you're saying, that don't really fit into your standard stuff. And then the other one is where it's near impossible to decide if you do sodas then Yuki or Yuki then sodas. And there's like 10 seconds difference between the 2. And if you pick the wrong one and your opponent doesn't, it screws you.
Yeah, I did see a map or a couple of spins today while practicing. It just, and those are fast ones, so your heart is beating that you want to finish this one in 2:15 IGT, and it's 2:15 from one end and 2:25 from the other, and whatever you do there.
And depending on which side you pick as well, you've probably got to change like all 4 items in your loadout, because in my opinion, Hokkaido is the most loadout dynamic map in the trilogy by a mile. I can no way near nail down a pre-loadout for this map.
Yeah, and it's not because the key hackers are usually needed. I think that's not even a top 3 most important item. I mean, I guess you do need 1, but you never need 3. But Emetic, Strength, Snail, Blue Egg, and all the one-handed firearms do get their usage out of it. So
yeah, when you see the sodas conditions, right? The what do you call them? Robot arms and electrocution. That's usually your go-to to ban key hackers in.
Yeah,
it's so hard to necessarily decide how many key hackers you need when it's just general map routing, but you can always diverge to use less. So
yeah, I've definitely loaded in with 6 at one point, and it wasn't this year, and it's probably not optimal this year, but sometimes that's your best option, but it's really rare.
Back in like RR13 or something, I pre-planned 3 key hackers, so 9, I'm saying it, and I got roasted by the caster for it.
See, if you want, then there's no problem about that. If you lost, then
9 though.
You see what the theoretical maximum is. It's probably not this spin. Oh, interesting. Eric Soda's Shoot the Heart as Amos Dexter, and Yuki Yamazaki Electrocution as Bodyguard as I step over and take your turn, but
I thought it was your turn, I'm not going to lie.
Autumn Mirror, we are all over the place on this incredible match. Well, one tough disguise, but otherwise it's probably you grab it and you kinematics.
I think Amos is one of the toughest disguises in the map, so I think both players are gonna just bomb rush him, let's say, or set him up from sweet. Scruffy starting chef, that alludes to an Amos with a key hack. Let's see. Yeah, certainly. And then Nezuko is also aiming to throw low Amos, so they're both prioritizing that.
Yeah, I think Nezuko's way could have a higher ceiling, like a quicker Yuki kill by a couple of seconds, because this puts, well, if Nezuko is not going for Yuki, then never mind, but he could have made a very early Emetic on Yuki and just juggle both the disguise and the kill method together for an early Nezuko lead, but not to be. Nezuko will wait a lot.
Nezuko's Yuki will be up the slope quicker regardless, right? Because he opened that sweet door, which triggers her to walk away, so...
Oh, but Nezuko restarts with the taser throw.
Yeah, he does rip there, not because of the body found, but he rips because he's thrown a taser, which is an illegal action.
Oh, that's a painful way to rip there. If obviously very expected, but you don't really think about the thrown items. The very few you have sometimes in Hokkaido.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't any, right, around Nezuko's play area. Scruffy gets the bust from the Amos's room, so that solves that issue for him.
Yeah, the closest would be the whatever let pipe, but no one would go down there just because of it.
But yeah, the disguise for the electrocution will come from this KO from Scruffy here. That is the disguise he needs. So he will get this kill and then switch straight back into his Amos.
Yeah, that's nice and safe for Scruffy to use the bust instead of taser throw. KO is late enough. I don't imagine the other guy
stays green for it. This man can do no wrong.
There's the first kill, the change into the Amos, and I think he still has 2 key hackers to go. I don't remember what sedative he brought, but it should be a Blag or an equivalent. Getting ready for the ISO.
You don't need...
check it, but it's orange for Nez.
Oh, no. I mean, this is one of the maps he wanted to see, but he's not performing how he probably wanted, so he's assuming Scruffy doesn't rip here. There's not a lot left to go wrong. If he's brought a sniper anyways, this is going to be a very clean shot.
Oh, it's shoot the heart, not throw the heart. I would have definitely missed this spin. So
he does have a sniper, so it's just getting to the exit. Oh my god, he misses with the sniper, but it doesn't matter.
Unbelievable.
He can turn these guards as well with a shot and then just run straight to the scooter unopposed because the 2 roamers are not in play, and there he is.
That's very nicely done.
It's a great time, to be fair, that. But yeah, again, not even close. The only close one was Dartmoor, which I guess is expected, but it didn't go as expected.
It wasn't close, yeah, in any way that was projected. It's such a long Dartmoor. I suppose that was twice as long as this Hokkaido and could be longer as the next map, Pitoton Creek. We are still not seeing big 5 maps and only one of them is banned.
Scruffy wants a 5-minute break after Whittleton, so he's gonna play.
Yeah, it's
weird to call that you need a break after the map. I'm surprised he's not asking for it now.
Yeah, especially because Whittleton win would put him at 8-4 with 3 match points. You would probably just want to ride out the rest of the match. As easy or hard that may be, but
yeah, I mean everybody's different, right?
Maybe sorry.
Nezuko is a map record holder on this map because obviously we didn't know what were coming here. This is random, and I don't know if Nezuko's happy to see this or what, but with him being map record, you'd think he's semi-decent at it.
Well, judging by the record spin, he might be, because it wasn't a free spin. It was a quick spin because it was Janus Fiberwire as Gunther, but Nolan was drowning as Cassidy bodyguard, so at least he would have to remember some of these niche emetics / lures. Probably putting a emetic device into the the mailbox is what he did.
Joker, there's a difference between just holding a record and having a fast map record, and 3:21 for Whittleton Creek is fast, and it wasn't even like Nolan Electrocution, I don't think, was it?
Nolan Drowning.
Yeah, Nolan Drowning's a super long kill, so it's crazy that he got a record on that. But yeah, Scruffy's picked the map once, and that's it in terms of like pick ban stats for both players. Like Nezuko's never picked nor banned it, and Scruffy's picked it once. That's it. So it's just middle of the pack, I guess, for both players. They're not afraid of it and they don't love it.
Yeah, I filtered for WC in our stats, but it shows all the RWC matches, so I'm not immediately smarter. Okay.
The one thing I will say about player ability on this map is Scruffy's probably the most prominent player to enjoy the meme junkie ISO, the briefcase emetic on the garage leaf thing. Yep. He does really like that strat, and his preload out even is that strat. So if the spin fits it, he might go for that, whereas Nez don't.
The only way I will be able to tell you if the spin fits the strat is if, I guess, we see Scruffy do it, because I am none the wiser. I'm curious to see if... I don't know, I guess in my mind it's just awkward disguises for second kills.
As described in the video anyway from Meme Junkie, he says it's for spins that are just fast disguises. Now this was before a time where Nolan Garage was probably the only Nolan ISO, right? So I couldn't tell you either, to be honest. You don't want to be killing Janus upstairs with it, that's one thing, and then I guess you want to be arriving to Nolan straight after you kill Janus at 147 range.
Yeah, gonna be difficult.
But yeah, the Parkometic is indeed the most probably meta isolation for Nolan, I'd say now, that's fast. Obviously, the Garage will always be king for its reliability.
Yeah, will it be Garage? Will it be anything faster? You can definitely take this one.
Here we go. Janus Assault Rifle, suit, no pacification, Nolan Cassidy, loud pistol as a Janus bodyguard. So, disguise-wise, not a lot to fetch.
Which probably is good for meme junkie enthusiasts, and he's going straight for it.
Yeah, he is. Nezuko's not. So Nezuko's probably going to rush Janus upstairs. Oh, never mind, he's going to replan. It's quite a big replan. He forgot Emetic. So yeah. I guess his Emetic plan is for Nolan. I thought with him loading in without Emetics, he might do some Garage Nolan stuff, like early Garage. Peekaboo him as he's coming off his porch at first cycle type thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Nezuko, but it did feel like to me that it would be between Meme Junkie's chat and Parkymetics, and I guess Meme Junkie's chat is a specific way of doing emetics for Nolan in a bit more optimized way, so yeah, it would be hard for Nezuko to hard for Scruffy to lose this.
Yeah, it's a way to just remote it, right? So he can take his time, let's say, at the beginning of this spin, just be calm before the Janus kill, and then still come with a really fast time.
Yeah.
And that's a really powerful thing for strats. It's like 2-drone where... I don't know if I should really compare it to a completely different map, but...
No, go ahead. We do have a big Nezuko restart, at least.
Yeah, you can net a really fast time by just not really rushing with your play, and it's super nice. But yeah, Nezuko has restarted again, and it's a crazy lead at this point now where strats doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for Nezuko since, I mean, suit to Janus is such a straightforward obstacle course. There's not a lot of obstacles even. He was going Helen's direction, which I really don't understand. I mean, I guess he wants the clue before any isolation.
But maybe, yeah, it's just the route he's taking to the basement, I guess.
We could see on Scruffy's side that he was looking not really for a time, but for posture on Nolan's end. And he should have made both sick.
He definitely did. You can see him walking towards the bird bath, so now he just needs to make sure he leaves in a bodyguard and not Gunter. There we go. We are close now. And there is not a whole lot wrong that can go wrong from this point already. We're only 2 minutes in. Oh, it's a scary thought.
Yeah, I guess a very small Vital Click knowledge check is that I believe if Betty is down and all the NPCs around, then you can make it soundproof for the bird bath. Like shooting from there itself. I think the garbage man would hear, but wouldn't really run for it.
No, indeed. You're in range for the guard by the gardener, right, towards the exit to hear it, so he's going to be the one that does the calling and then runs to it, so no civ necessarily needs to run to a guard to report it.
Yeah.
So you've always got time to shoot Nolan and then make the exit before the guard gets anywhere close to finding Nolan. So I expect that's what Scruffy's going to do. Probably knock out Nolan to ensure he stays there. Dig up. Oh, never mind.
No knockout even, but...
Do it before the dig. What the hell?
Looks risky. I trust this one.
Yeah, the guard doesn't even hear it over there. So, I mean... Yeah, I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, just
There's no doubt in my mind. Crazy, 346. Unbelievable time, and that will put him 8-4. What was his specific wording? Get like a 5-minute break.
Yeah, as long as it's not five extra minutes or whatever.
Yeah, he didn't ask for 5 extras, so we'll go with that. That should be fine for him.
346.
Yeah.
That would be the third fastest Twickelton Creek ever achieved. Nezuko's record is 321, and Scruffy tied Fenium with a 327, which was the previous record.
The Joker's disbelief at what we're getting right now. They're all the same. They're all the same palette, right? Hokkaido fast 2 target map, Witton fast 2 target map, Bangkok fast 2 target map.
Now, that wasn't the case for Bangkok. That's more of a new development that it can be done any fast. I'm pretty sure that I think Marrakesh and Bangkok were closer to the Big 5 than the rest of the 2 target maps. So that was some ridiculous numbers back in the day.
Oh yeah, pre-kinematic. Oh my goodness, Bangkok was so difficult in my opinion. I used to just try and force Bugman letter or Cake and letter for absolutely everything, and it was like a 50,000 steps program at the beginning of every spin just to get your isolations.
Yeah, luckily, of course, Emetic is the biggest development. Players are more familiar with just taking that one extra step to take care of the cameras early.
Jordan in the booth is a big one as well, right?
Oh, yes. The fact that you need a specific chainler to start the map for the 3 easy disguises is kind of funny for this map, but now you don't need to anymore.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see more developments over time as well. There's still a lot to uncover with Bangkok, but as it stands right now, it is probably a medium map for now, I'd say, in terms of length.
Yeah, for sure. So this is... So 6 maps have been played, another 4 banned, that's 10. This is the 11th map that has a roll. So half of the remaining maps are Big 5, is what I'm getting at. If we survive this map, or obviously if Scruffy doesn't win and reaches 10 points, then we have a 50% chance for a Big 5.
Maybe a Berlin, right? I'd love a Berlin.
I think for neutral fans, a strong Nezuko win on Berlin would be one that I guess nets the best enjoyment. Obviously, Berlin can be won by Scruffy as well, or we just never get to Berlin.
No, I mean, if we're to go off stats, I think 10-4 here probably is more likely than 8-6. Like,
yeah.
Looking at them stats from Scruffy, we have landed on a beautiful map for him. He has picked this map 4 times, never banned the map, and then you see the 8-4-1 win rate and the crazy PB that's just 11 off the map record.
Yeah, and even in this tournament, he had a strong win against Cabin in the group stage. Cab was the Bangkok picker of this community, so it's very formidable and made knockout stages as well. And then he started his own knockout stage with a Scruffy, Bangkok pick and win against Pijero. So 325 even. Jordan consumed poison and Ken sniper. So he is really confident here. It's going to be really tough for Nezuko to keep this match going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I really put it in a bad map for Nez. The record suggests maybe it's a bad map for Nez because 40% win rate for him's kind of low. There's maybe like, I know Dubai, he's definitely got less on. Yeah, there's a couple others around that bracket, but
yeah,
Hokkaido's being one of them brackets, sorry, and he says he likes it, so maybe this is one of the worst maps for Nez.
Yeah, maybe it's the Japan theme that made him like it. But and I'm being mean. He's done incredibly well to make it this far in the tournament. and he's still not out of it, but of course, Scruffy had a tough time against Channel Join, winning 3 maps in a row. Now, Nezuko needs to win 3 maps in a row to advance to the semi-finals of the World Championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough ask, but it's definitely possible because so far most maps have not been perfect from both players. There's been a rip in every loss, and there was even double rips on Dartmoor, I think. Well, yeah, Dartmoor might have been the only map which both players ripped on. I'm trying to think.
Miami had, I mean, early ones from Nez, and one big one from Scruffy.
Oh, indeed. It's a shame we can't do boost right now because Scruffy's stuck. So that would have been funny to see in the actual match. Maybe not for Scruffy.
Scruffy may not replan for the rest of this map.
He can just practice his stair slides now.
But this equals out the Nezuko practice. He posted a video in F7 that he got stuck in Ambrose going down, not even boosting down a staircase. He just got stuck in geometry.
That's crazy. That clip was crazy.
Lovely game we have.
But yeah, hopefully during this 5-minute wait, Nezuko's not fell asleep because he's not moved his game one bit the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Thank God for that. Good for my peace of mind that he's actually ready for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to check if he saw some messages or wrote some messages, but none since after Dartmoor. But he's focused and
he meditated. Here we go. Anyway.
Yeah, Jordan Cross consumed as Abel de Silva and Ken Morgan Explosion extend as Exterminator.
Oil canister spin. Not really. That's not the point that's to be pointed out here. The consumed Abel is a very funky kill.
I actually don't know if, like,
well, you either interrupt the recording session with a million delays, or just one emetic, or it's cake time. And I don't think it's going to be cake time at this point of the tournament.
No, I feel like these players will deny the cake lore out of spite. Even if it's probably simpler for this kind of spin.
Yeah, it's definitely simpler, but I think just a Seeker, as we see on Nez's side and Scruffy's side, is probably the best way to do this. He's going to double Seeker Scruffy as well.
Huge difference. Nezuko single Seeker, Scruffy double Seeker. I have no idea what these timings will be then. And pressure on Nezuko to, I guess, get that 2.5 minute isolation time, which seems doable. I feel like he can get there.
The consume kill that we're seeing, by the way, on both players here is if you interrupt Jordan's recording session very early, and I mean very, very early, he will get mad and then drink this beer. You can do many things in between that session. So leave him a gun for him to report, send him on a long distraction, make him sick, and then he'll still be mad after that action and then go drink the beer.
This can mean like so many different timings. I am not even sure what this will be for Nezuko, and plus 1 minute for Scruffy.
You've got to be not just a Bangkok master, a Bangkok consumed master to know exactly what time he's going to die here.
Yeah. As for Nezuko, at least it's good that he will be allowed in there as recording crew, and I guess he will just wait almost an entire minute for Abel to arrive here, but I still feel like that's more than fine for him.
I'd be sweating.
Yes.
Your tournament's on the life for Abel de Silva to just lean on that bar for a random amount of time, and he's moving off of it now. He comes straight to the balcony, if I'm correct, so...
Yeah.
Looking decent here. The problem is, Double Seeker makes sense on Scruffy's side, right? Because he can just swap into Abel and then work on the Exterminator and maybe even a Mechtic King Ken if he so wishes. Don't think he will.
It's just crazy from Nezuko to deliberately only seek a single Seeker him. Like, he's either really confident or really ballsy. He has nothing to lose. This is the throw. The
thing is, it's worth noting that Nezuko did write out an entire consume poison document, right? So I'm not saying you remember everything you write down, because I certainly don't, but he could be one of the strongest consumed poison players in the community.
He should absolutely have at least an inkling, and if nothing else, at least a document to look at.
Yeah, he might have his own document open even. It'd be crazy to think you'd just have an entire page of consume poison timings open, but maybe.
Oh, that is one snipe and a half from Nezuko. With the whoosh in the background that cannot miss. It doesn't miss.
Camera's up as well, right? So it's gonna be body found after 3 seconds, I believe it is.
There's the 313 consume poison kill. That's really not easy way to grab the disguise. He might get caught on cameras.
Wow.
Still green, and Nezuko in the lead.
That was godly, you know? The kill comes in right before he swaps into Exterminator. He dodges the camera and he's out of there. That is nuts.
That's insane. He had to know the timing, or...
Kills coming here as well. This is crazy time for this spin. It's so impressive. This is a super high-level game, man.
Wow. Tournament life on the line. And
he bangs that out, yeah.
The best map performance of the day, if not his tournament. This is the Nezuko we like to see after his break.
That was absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to hit accept fast just to impress Scruffy. Oh my God, are you kidding me, man?
Wow. We keep going.
Map again.
No way! The 50-50 doesn't hit us even, so next time we will have 4 Big 5 maps from 7 remaining, if we get there. And that will be map number 9. That will be for all the marbles, if Nezuko wins Marrakesh. Wow.
Oh, imagine on Scruffy's side, though, that you see the spin finish that quick. It is bloody incredible from Nezuko.
Yeah. Scruffy is not even sure if his strategy was working, let alone was it fast or not. He said, was Jordan even going to jing there? Not sure if I did it right.
I don't actually know to even answer him, to be honest. You just have to interrupt Jordan before a certain time. I don't know what time it is. Maybe someone knows.
I say that I saw one thing differently, and I have no idea about this consume poison. I didn't practice it enough lately, but Nezuko shot it from inside.
Yeah,
so he reacted, and Scruffy from outside, and I wouldn't be surprised if that makes the difference, because why would you go up to the beer after you finish being sick if you didn't do anything else, and Scruffy didn't do anything else?
Yeah, true. I mean, he started recording crew and went straight there, right? So I imagine he would have been in time there.
Yeah. Scruffy didn't bump him, says Apricot. That might have been it. But regardless,
do you? I don't think Nezuko bumped him either.
I guess by bump the game means question mark distraction, which the short range seeker also qualifies as. Like, that would be my best guess, that Jordan investigates, which means that any thrown distraction would work the same. No, surely not.
I mean, it's just a question mark, I imagine, right? But
yeah.
That's how impressive that Bangkok was, though. Like, none of us
no idea
what he did. We haven't got a clue what he did.
And if that's any solace for Scruffy, although he won't be sure, but no matter what he does, he wouldn't have beaten Nezuko single Nematic.
Probably not, no. I don't think anyone would have beaten Nezuko on Bangkok there, because even the plan was rapid.
Yeah.
Like, we're all moaning about this Abel timing. He's not being ready for him and sweating. And he's just chilling. Okay.
Nezuko just knew. Well, it's one match point, I guess, defended, but 2 remain. And the next up is Marrakesh. Used to be a Scruffy world record map, and probably one of the big advocates for the second wave of WMatics. Of course, Chrissy did it years ago, but then Scruffy made it popular again with other players. Got the record from it, and he's just so fast on it.
You've not only got to know how to do the strats, people, you've got to know how to present them. But yeah, this spin's a tease.
Uh-oh.
That's all I'm going to say.
Well, today I've had Prisoner Electrocution and Intern Fortune Teller combined. So let's see if you can surprise me. Let's see if you can surprise the players. That's more important, of course.
It's my turn to read, right?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so it is Razor Zaydan Kitchen Knife as an elite soldier without pacification, and Klaus Hugo Strandberg drowning fortune teller. So as you read that spin from left to right, it's double seeker, double seeker, double seeker, double seeker, never mind.
Yeah, let's see who reads from right to left. And it seems Nezuko stays or quickly plans to bizarre entrance. Scruffy still tempted about, and now fully finishes reading.
There we go.
Goes to main start.
Scruffy reads from left to right, and Nezuko reads Arabic. Is it right to left?
That must be. But Nezuko replans for school. What?
What? I don't know how you do drown with double emetic. I guess maybe you can just triple emetic razor and then get the drown kill.
I am not going to say anything that doesn't make any sense to me.
Rips.
Nezuko only has emetics that Scruffy rips.
Yeah, he's brought loads. He's got a quadruple emetic razor. So I guess
I have no idea, man.
Okay, so he's gonna do double emetic on razor, right? And then he gets to Klaus, let's say at 3 minutes. It's not 220, and then single emetic for Klaus probably for the drown.
I suppose. I'm already scared when you do this fortune teller timing late. Of course, placing the snail is good instantly, and I've seen it work later.
Of course. Well, I know it works after honeycomb, but he's going to arrive that bit earlier. Oh, he's going to use an emetic even, right? Because he's not got no sedative for it. So,
wow. But then I want to make it make sense, but I don't see it for Nezuko. And he deliberately planned away from main start because he thinks it's faster here.
I mean, if he emetics fortune teller, what's it going to take the fortune teller? Like a minute to get across?
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, in that time, he could run over and kill Razor, maybe.
And he's going with the Ambrose grenade, which... Okay, back to the jury, and that's much better. Holy hell, Nezuko.
Yeah, maybe emetic fortune teller, grab a kitchen knife, kill Razor. Is that even going to get him? Okay, yeah, he's standing up. Okay, so it didn't get him.
Suppose it's 1 minute from standing up. You just didn't know that it's another 15 seconds for him to stand up. Scruffy, it's crazy to say, but Scruffy is, you know, boring. Not a lot to say about him, but relentlessly going towards that semifinals.
It's Klaus Drown, man. You can't do anything other than the norm. I cannot believe Nezuko's even trying anything different, but maybe we're going to be impressed again.
That's insane. Of course, Scruffy with the mandatory Seeker first shot into this security guard, because we want Klaus to be 6 seconds. But now this is awkward, because by the time Scruffy shots,
yeah, the guard's going to turn, right? Oh, he shoots.
Apparently not. Ooh.
Oh, the guard does the double check and did not turn around.
Good for him.
But yeah, the first 6 spot is the bin in the usual Klaus ISO room, so double Seeker is needed if you want to get him before around 3 flat. So it's a long kill Klaus Drowning is.
Wow, I had never imagined that this is a live kill for Reza. So, I mean, Elite Soldier is not too far away for Ness. He can just leave this soldier in the Shishakov and never come back to it. Nezuko is not going for Elite Soldier at all. I guess that's gonna be like... whatever, second.
He is killing the fortune teller first, right? But he emeticked him too early to do it cleanly. So he had to trip back to the middle KO and then trip to the bin again for the kill.
Oh, yeah. You never have the... Like, you don't think about dropping the Durian like 45 seconds later or whatever.
No, of course not. But that's the thing, right? Because it's Klaus Drown, he is never, ever going to get that killing time to get Razor with single emetic at the bin.
No. That's a huge back and forth. But I mean, Nezuko will get there. 5 minutes? I don't know. I think he will just miss him and he will be in his office.
I do like this kitchen knife decision from Scruffy here. This is a dead room to pick it up from, so he's not risking anything about grabbing one from an open area.
Yeah, it's absolutely fair. Such a simple second kill for Scruffy, but still so many seconds away from finishing. I have no idea.
Can Nezuko get into that security room, get the drown off, and exit consulate car, I guess? I
don't even see the next step of Nezuko. Like, when will he get to the top of the stairs, and where will Klaus be around that time?
Yeah, and because Scruffy grabs a safe kitchen knife, he's able to calmly make his way to the school in janitor, and then he gets his disguise for free just by accessing.
And with the Trank, it takes 0 seconds to go through here. 2 crowbars to choose from. This is super straightforward, and depending on Reza, this could be over in a minute.
Yeah, I think Scruffy has to do something pretty downright bad here for us to see another map.
And anything on my mind would require a trespassing disguise, not elite soldier kitchen knife.
I mean, he even has the truck keys, right? So he's not even got to pick them up. Like,
Yep.
he's allowed in this room. I guess he could KO Razor, but why would you when it's a thrown item?
You do make the point that Scruffy is the type to pause for half a second to check some kills, and that may give him the map. But he's
going to get the kill from down here, so he's going to do a slight little optimization, probably because he thinks there's no way Nezuko's done anything different to me, so I need to be quick.
Can he be more wrong?
But yeah, the two letters are in play here. There's the throw. Not compromise doing it, because why would he be anyway?
And there's no close position that would make it easy for Nezuko to finish, let alone finish in 30 seconds. Scruffy with a 6-17, a crucial map number 8 win, will win him the quarterfinals and make him advance to the semis. Wow, look at this final score.
Oh my god, we were poised for another 2-mapper because next up was Paris.
Oh,
and then we would have had to tide Paris to finally make a big 5.
Just not meant to be then. Only at 9-9.
I think it's safe to say, though, on that final spin there, Nez overcooked.
Yes. Yes, that was... I mean...
He was originally on main square. He went to main square start first and then took it off.
I guess the fact that I'm trying to make it sense that if it was... I don't know. He planned it away. That's insane to me. I'm gonna message Scruffy about the interview.
Well, yeah, we see as well. Nezuko's posted in our RRWC chat. He is a performance-based thinker because he thinks this was one of his worst matches, and it was not one bit.
No, that was insane. Especially Bangkok was one of the all-time maps from him.
Yeah.
But the other maps was also... Miami was impressive, and I mean, he wasn't too far away. And I mean, I guess he can feel like that Ambrose, Tapi, Hokkaido, Witherton, he might have some rips there most of the time, which made it more difficult.
Yeah, there was a lot of rips in today's match, to be fair, right?
Yeah.
But it was still a very fast match for as many maps played, 8.
Yeah. I am going to drag in Scruffy, although he could join us, but I guess we can make it official, and I'll ceremoniously dragging Scruffy in and welcome him to this interview and welcome him to the semifinals.
Thank you.
You are the first to make it in, brother. How does it feel?
Feels good. I'm glad I'm doing better than last RR anyway. Better placement.
Yep, and 2 matches guaranteed, so the best of the best in terms of the matches just remaining, first to 10 and first to 12, sorry, and the first to 14 if you win that. But yeah, it was a lot of action in this first to 10, 8 maps, definitely some ups and downs, starting in Miami. Not sure if we want to go through all maps. Miami was a shaky start, right?
Yeah, it wasn't great. I liked the idea that I had, but I just didn't really know how to get around all the panic, and that messed me up.
I personally think the decision was great. I think it was a risky strat, but I do think you got unlucky the way that guard spotted you.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's something I haven't really practiced, so I probably shouldn't have gone into the match and just tried it. You know.
Was it all speed reasons, the choice, or was part of it like, this would be cool if I got this?
It was a bit of both. Very fast and it looks cool.
You convinced me already, because I think it is just the fastest way to grab Sierra or get the Sierra kill. But yeah, that damn guard. But you quickly bounce back with the Ambrose Recce, and I mean, not a lot to talk about it, right? You finally got the very simple spin, very insta plan. I think it's gonna be quite unbeatable unless someone has an even better PC and does the same thing as you.
I kind of already forgot about that since I've played, 6 maps since then? It feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
And there was the 15-minute break on Sappy.
I mean, where was the mental at with the Ambrose? Because you didn't even brag about it.
I don't know, I
you
feel
just
Spin was too easy to brag about it.
Oh.
Wow.
At least in the last one I had a cool Akiko with a loud snipe, but that was just boring.
Yeah, I suppose. The stakes were up there, and
True.
Nezuko did try something wacky and rip to it.
That's unlucky.
Sapienza obviously wasn't close because of a Nezuko rip, but he did start with a Bohemian, and you, I suppose, speed and style combined made you go for the guard start.
I think that was mainly the style. I kind of just wanted to try it. Since I'd done it in practice, my mind was kind of focused on it. I think it was slower than just doing normal things, and probably riskier too.
Yeah, I mean, was you proud to actually pull that off first try? Or was it just another thing for you?
I'm happy that I was able to do it, but I don't know, I kind of regret doing it since it was slower and I kind of got close to ripping, going into the tower. It's just, I don't really like it.
That tower stuff was super scary. I mean, it takes a lot, I must admit, whether it was right or wrong. 6 minutes wasn't bad, and it was impressive to just not start at the tower when you see Bohemian.
I think it's a slam dunk best decision if one of the disguises is closer to the mansion. It's difficult to say, but yeah, well done regardless.
Thanks.
We did all forget all this with the next map. Dartmoor was one of the maps of all time.
Yeah, that was just bad. I don't know, I kind of just forgot how many tranks I had, so I was just using them everywhere. And then it was just a complete mess trying to grab Rebecca's token.
Did you do 2 Trank Gardener grab?
No, I did 1 trank, and then 1 trank on the butler, 1 on the lawyer to grab the scissors, and 1 on Alexa's bodyguard to grab him.
Oh, that's funny.
I think it would have worked fine if my idea had worked to get her into the quote-unquote bad bathroom.
Yeah, true.
Because then I was able to just KO the guard, and I would have had the spare trank.
We did kind of think that she would go to the bad bathroom. It was very early thematic. I like the angle. I haven't seen that before.
It was just because the mansion staff also got sick, which I didn't think he would, but he somehow did.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, the second time you didn't make her sick. I was so much going on. We cannot even explain the other half of it. I think Nezuko was chanking Rebecca from the floor above, and then, of course, when he got to the exit and just picking up the second token, he picked up the key or whatever the illegal item is. So obviously the body was already taken care of, so it was just suspicious.
Yeah, was he done when he did that? Was that his final action of the spin?
Yes, that would have been his second.
Oh.
So that would have been a Nezuko win in, I don't know, 3:30 RTA, and now we had 6 minutes RTA instead.
That has to be down there with the slowest Dartmoors in the last year.
I am really, really excited to find that out. It's crazy.
At what point though were you thinking in that Dartmoor, like, Jesus Christ, how is he not done? Was it just after 90 seconds or so? Or
it was probably just after my second rip. Because I was thinking he was probably doing office or something, and that's why it was taking a while.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, what a map.
Then Hokkaido was next, which I think was, you made it look very straightforward. There was really just one real objective in that. It's just the Dexter grab. I don't think Nezuko would have done it any faster. He started, that was interesting though, he started main suite, or 47th suite, so Yuki was in motion quicker, but then you also made your way down there. It would have been an interesting fight, but Nezuko never really going.
Okay.
Yeah, we initially thought that Nezuko was going to open the door to set Yuki running, and then obviously Law Amos at the same time is making her sick, but he didn't make her sick, and then he ripped anyway, KOing Amos.
How?
Yeah, because he
Was
threw
it
a
a side
taser.
KO or?
He threw a taser at him from like
Oh.
view, so throwing a taser is illegal, right? He got caught throwing the taser.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, very weird rip.
And then similar in Whittleton, that was many smaller rips from Nez, but I mean, I don't think anyone would have beaten you there. It did seem like a very much meme junkie spin, and you were prepped for it, and you instant planned it, and you instant executed it.
I think that was probably my best map of the match. I'm really happy with that, especially.
Can you explain that Nolan kill? Like, who hears that shot, and how long does it take for them to find him?
I think it was the garbage man that heard it. Usually nobody hears it at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Exterminator, maybe?
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
Because like even loud elimination, you could do it there.
So were you sweating when you saw a gunshot heard at all, or was you like, I'll get out of here?
A little bit, yeah. Especially because I forgot that I had a trank, and I could have just tranked Batty and been like 20 seconds faster, but I just forgot I had it. So I ended the spin with 2 darts.
Good for the next freelancer mission.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bangkok though was one of the performances of all time from Nezuko, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I was very surprised that he finished that so quick.
Everything fell into place.
Same as you, but apparently, according to the chat, right, I don't think your stuff would have worked because they started answering your question in chat instead of to you. Nezuko did single emetic on Jordan, but let him hear the gun click to distract him out of the thing.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Apparently, just a metic on its own will not make him drink because it has to be a physical distraction.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I was thinking, like, as soon as I did it, but I decided to just let it play out.
Yeah. It's a hard spin, though, consumed able, right? Like, did it scare
that
you
felt
when
tough.
you first saw it? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've worked out, like, how I usually do consumed with most disguises, but not able. So I just wasn't really sure how to do it properly.
I assume for you it's mostly just the bump or bump plus gun placement that would take care of the timings for most disguises, and then except Abel and Suit, I guess.
Yeah, well, Abel and Morgan's bodyguard, right, are the only 2 long ones. So
if it's any consolation, you've seen it from the score update. No one could catch Nezuko there. He did single emetic and waited for Abel, then went for, of course, just passing down for the exterminator in the not the basement, but I guess the -1 floor, and everything fell into place so perfectly. Right when Jordan died, 3:11 or so, he could grab the second disguise. Even dodged the cameras, which I don't think it took care of, what was really scary. But drive by and exit, absolute perfection, just like a Whittleton, honestly.
426 is a crazy RTA for that.
Yeah,
it is. We were popping off. Well, I was anyway. I can't really remember what was doing. I was going crazy.
Yeah, it was a super high level match, which I think is masked by some rips on one side, but the other side always delivered. Except Dartmoor, but whatever about Dartmoor. We did dodge the big 5 for entire match, and Marrakesh was the one that you won it on. I mean, not a lot to say on your end because it was straightforward. It was well executed, but Nezuko, man.
This is the map where we should be interviewing Nezuko, man. I have so many questions for him.
No.
He did double Seeker start for Klaus Drown.
How?
Well, his plan was to double emetic Razor and kill Razor and then get Fortune Teller after and run to Klaus.
Oh.
But he didn't do it very well.
Fair enough.
I think...
Respect for trying.
Exactly. Yeah, what I imagine the problem was that of course, he didn't insta-get the disguise. He meticked the fortune teller, so he had a really weird back and forth. He meticked him, then I don't know where he went exactly, but essentially he didn't do anything until he KO'd the fortune teller, and then back to raise. I think I'm mixing it up, but it's a super slow Sledley, and by the time he got back to the fortune teller and to the coins that you were already done, like it just overcooked is what Mo said.
I mean, it could have worked though if you think about it, right, Scruff? I don't know if you agree, but you can obviously double seek a razor, don't do honeycomb, swap into the fortune teller, grab a kitchen knife, and then swap into a guard in the garage, right? Kill him, swap back.
Yeah.
Go up. Like maybe it could have worked, but he didn't play it like that. He loaded him with four emetics, I think. So
wow,
maybe even 5. I'm not sure how many he had.
Yeah, it's a big what if, but instead of durian, you just pulled out the snail and grabbed the disguise much earlier. Would have been a different story. It would have been a closer story, because I think your way is just the way, but not to be. That's for the daily spins to figure out in the future.
Would you say though, Scruff, that as crazy as these RNG maps were, it plays into your strengths to get 2 target, 2 target, 2 target, 2 target, 2 target?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Like you would have had to tide Paris to finally get a big 5.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, like I think 2 targets are probably my best overall. So I'm glad we didn't get like a Mumbai or something. I think that's something you got to beat me on, or SF or something like that. Any of the big maps.
Yeah, there was like a more than 50% chance of getting a big 5 map, and it would have still been Paris. So
unbelievable.
Good day for you for sure. But good play as well, very well deserved.
Thank you.
Who do you fear the most, Scruff, that's left to beat?
Is
it the man you're talking to right now in for fun?
I think it probably is. Or
Quatility in fun, Dean Reed,
or Music Inc. on the other side.
Music and Chris and Grary, isn't it? So
yep.
I'd have to say Music Inc. and In for Fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't. It's just Music Inc., but I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, I mean, your confidence is very low in for fun, but me and Scruffy sitting in our part, we don't see all the bad that's in you, right? We just see the good performances. So, I don't know. Are you happy with this point, or do you want to go all the way only to be satisfied?
I think I'm fairly happy with how I played anyway.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like any loss will be disappointing, but I think if I look back at the tournament, I've won like 10 matches in a row now.
Yeah.
Which is my most I've ever done. So I think I can be happy regardless.
Yeah, I think you're close to back to your best. Like if you look at the RTAs of the match summary from the bot, right, pretty damn good.
Yeah, it would be a very interesting match of R14 Scruffy versus WC Scruffy. I feel like this match today has tipped the scale over today's, but of course it's your own journey. You know where you're recovering. Even though there's not a lot to recover from, it was anyone can lose 2 matches in one tournament. You did lose in R15, but you've been unbeaten since, and definitely, well, in the top 4. So not an overstatement to say one of the favorites to win the title.
Yeah, only because of your own disbelief in yourself and for fun. I think this is a Scruffy versus Music. So, like they're my 2 guys. I think so far.
I think it's absolutely fair.
You would be there though if you actually believed in yourself.
It's just easier this way. Maybe I don't have to worry about it after Tuesday. Maybe you have to worry about Quatty. Who would definitely bring a lot of big 5s towards you. Not sure how many bans you have remaining, but...
I think I've already banned a lot of the big 5s.
Yeah. See, that's where the bans and the picks could come in handy. It doesn't hurt in the first 2 rounds, but by the semis.
I think I'm running out of bans.
Right? I think
I just don't like playing them.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of room to make mistakes and rip.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you said
I'm running.
You've got 6 maps left. Sorry to keep cutting you off. That you like.
Yeah, like there are some that I like more than others, but some of them I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to pick, like New York or something. But
You shouldn't have said that.
I don't know. I feel like everyone's just banning it against me. It's not fair.
You are too fast, brother.
I think the top 8 is already aware, so Scruffy can freely say his mind.
I think I'm running out of bans quicker than I'm running out of picks. Like, because there are more maps that I want to play than the maps that I don't really want to.
I mean, you've only got 1 more match left, right? And then it resets, so.
True.
You've only got 2 more bans. I don't know how many you ban in semi-final. I didn't need to know. I was never going to make it.
3 bans, 2 bans, 3 picks, sorry.
Okay, so
yeah.
it's still 2.
Gonna be a very, very unique match and a very unique final. It will be guaranteed 2 matches for you, Scruffy. Of course, the 3rd place playoff is not the one you want to be in after the semis, but that's also a possibility. So I guess you are playing about this time next week and this time 2 weeks later, so no early break for you.
Yeah.
Hey, you grind a healthy amount. I want to say like I'm sure you will be fine. I'm not sure how much you'll practice or how much break you'll take, but you're already in form, so I don't think there's a lot for you to do.
I think it's probably going to have to be a pretty big break. I have a pretty busy week.
That's fair.
So I don't know how much practice I'm going to be able to get.
I mean, you've probably played a decent amount up to this point, right? You're probably not far off as good as you can be, right? Because you can always overdo it. So
True.
Maybe a break will do you good.
Yeah. Anything else that you would like to ask from this semi-finalist?
Can you say 3?
Oh.
Sorry.
I can do it, Pidgey.
The entire previous 2 hours and 1 minute of off time is now worth it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm all right, to be honest.
Yeah, sounds good. Appreciate you joining us for this interview, Scruffy. Congrats on your win and good luck in the semi-final, be it against Quotility or someone else.
Thank you.
Enjoy the break. And we do have surprisingly busy upcoming matches tab. We will have a match almost every day stretch. We will have one tomorrow. That's tomorrow 20 CET. Gregory versus Chris X, the final round of 16 match to decide who will play against Music King in the final quarter. And then Tuesday is Quotility versus Infor and Thursday is Dane Nomos versus the Reaper 47, with I think the Music quarterfinal slotting in, well, Tuesday or Wednesday, but you can imagine that will also happen around midweek and around next weekend for the 2 semifinals, with a guaranteed grand final on December 8th, Sunday, 15 days from now. The 5th world champion will be crowned, or the champion of the 5th world tournament, since of course Danny Buta is the 2-time champ. Yeah, it was an amazing match. What do you think? Any last thoughts about it?
I don't know. It lived up completely to my own personal hype, to be honest. I want to say before this match started, I was probably more nervous for this than my own stuff, to be honest. I don't know. Scruffy is like, I don't know, he's the player I like the most, right? I do want him to win. I'll be open about that. Mm-hmm. And it's always nerve-wracking to watch him. But yeah, he played well, and GG's.
He did make for a nerve-wracking match, but a very solid finish as well. Good win and a wonderful tournament by Nezuko as well.
Indeed. Very well played by Nezuko. He bopped me. So yeah, GG's to him.
All right. That should be it from us. The first of 4 quarterfinals. That was an amazing time, and I hope the remaining matches will be just as good. We'd like to say GG's to both players, and once again, thank you, Move, for adminning this match and joining me on this co-cast.
You are welcome, brother. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, as always. And last but not least, thank you everyone for watching. And for these last, of course, 3 matches, but also the ones that will be scheduled, so about 6 or 7 matches left in this tournament. Do check out the Discord. I mean, I think the 40 viewers that are here are still members of Discord, but never know. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Well, join that one if you want that server, but join F7SC where the tournament is hosted. And I'm not even going to dare using any other comments because I don't know where they lead. With that said, thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, see you everyone.
Bye.